I'm at Lawrence,
Okay.
and we happen to be in the same industry. So I'm an accountant and he's a finance broker.
Right.
So we've got a lot in common, both CAs, and so we have lots of clients who could,
You could share or refer to one another.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, and interesting, isn't it, that I saw a number of the introductions actually occurred with people sitting next to each other at a table, rather than that discussion having happened as a natural outcome of the fact that you were sitting, 12 inches away from the person you introduced yourself to. It happened because I prompted you and pushed you to actually talk to the person and tell them what you did and tell them why you did it well. So networking is great, doesn't come naturally to everybody, but here's my suspicion. Right? If you walk away from here having met someone new today, in 99% of the cases, no further contact will ensue. Okay? And it's simply that there's not enough relationship building that can occur in a short 2 or 3 minute introduction to give you enough confidence to actually start to form a relationship, refer business to someone. You need to develop more. Okay, so if we're going to go past networking, past just meeting people, handing out business cards, the solution is probably referrals. And if I had that, choir of angels, I'll get them to do that little R noise. Everyone likes referrals. Some people don't like the word referrals. We recently had Bill Cates, who's probably the world's foremost referral marketing guru, out here to talk to BBG in Brisbane, Sydney and Melbourne. And I know a number of the people in the room attended that event. And he doesn't talk referrals anymore. He talks warm business introductions. So whether you want to call it a referral or a warm business introduction, who in the room likes to get those? Okay, so all of us is really the answer, because if instead of a cold call, and I go back to my early days running my marketing agency, if instead of having to make the 96 calls to get the 4 meetings, I was able to make 8 calls to get the 4 meetings, because those 8 calls were preconditioned, they were referred to me or warmed up by someone I know, like and trust, then life becomes a whole lot easier. All right? So what's stopping you? Why don't all of you simply go out there and do what needs to be done to get referrals and warm introductions? The first one is reputational risk. When you refer someone, you put a little bit of your reputation, some of your social capital, some of your business reputation on the line. Because if the person you're referring lets you down, or lets the person you've introduced them to down, it blows back on you. Right? So you're not going to refer someone until you are very confident that they are going to do a good job on behalf of the person that you refer them to. Okay, now I'm putting it that way so that you understand that the reverse holds true as well. Right? No one is going to refer you to give you a warm business introduction until they are confident that the job you are going to do on behalf of the person they introduce you to is of a quality that will reflect well on them. The second thing is knowledge. You have a more complex business offering, right? If you have an IT, marketing, finance, whatever it might be, service type business that actually needs people to understand what it is you do, how you do it, what makes you good at it, right? Then you need an opportunity to educate people so that they have the knowledge required to understand that this is an opportunity for me to refer you. Okay, so knowledge. Third thing is motivation. Right? And I'm sorry if I sound cynical here, but the reality is most of us spend most of our time thinking, what's in it for me? We don't walk around with a focus of who can I help today? Whose business can I promote to someone else? Because our focus is, how can I promote my own business? Right, so what's the motivation? What's in it for me to help you grow your business? Okay, you have to find that motivation. And the fourth thing is just ability and capacity. Right? Because there have been many times where, you know, I've been in a pub and having a chat, and over a couple of beers you think, oh, I've got to connect this person with that person, and you make a mental note or you write it on the back of a beer coaster, and you know, you get home and a couple of days later you find the beer coaster and you can no longer remember what it was that made you think it was going to be a good idea to connect these two people. So it never happens. Right? And those are the four things that we have sought to address in creating our Business Builders Group. At the core of BBG is a monthly forum, not a weekly, a monthly, where you learn from, collaborate with, and ultimately generate warm referrals or business introductions through a group of like-minded professionals that you will get to know, like, and trust. Okay? Know, like, and trust, KLT. I'm going to use the acronym because know, like, and trust is a mouthful. So KLT is at the absolute core of what we do. Right? And it's there for a very simple reason. You are not going to refer someone until you know, like, and trust them. And know, like, and trust will not happen simply because you meet once a month at a BBG forum. There's more to it than that. In addition to our monthly forums, we will have quarterly gala events. I mentioned our Bill Cates event, which we had for 150 people in May. Craig Rispin, futurist, spoke to us about technology trends and what was going to happen and reshape our industries so that we're aware. Now, what we do with those meetings is we get all of our BBG members from all of our chapters. By the end of this month, we will have 10 Sydney chapters. Okay, so our next gala event in Sydney is going to be 250 odd people. Right? So you not only get to meet once a month with your 20 or 25 chapter members, once a quarter you'll get to meet with the 250 wider BBG community and exposure network. But you'll get to learn some really good things from world-class speakers. And then what we'll also do once a month is hold a mastermind lunch. And a mastermind lunch is free, again, as is the gala event to BBG members. And there we will give both people within BBG and other national speakers the opportunity to share their knowledge on a specific topic that should be and could be of interest to many of our members. Okay, on top of that, to make it really interesting, we allow you as BBG members to invite your A-grade clients to attend our gala events and our mastermind lunches at no charge. So we will underwrite your corporate hospitality budget for the year. Now, we're going to pay for you to do that, but that's not entirely selfless, right? We are going to encourage you to bring your guests to our events for the simple reason that that's the best way that we know to introduce new people to BBG, get them interested, get them excited, get them warm, they become BBG members. So that is our marketing medium. How does BBG work? All right, there are four basic pillars. The first one is we have a unique structure to our meetings, and I'm going to give you a little sample of that in a minute. The second is that each BBG chapter is run by a professional facilitator. They're not self-managed groups, they're run by people that we pay to run the groups. The third, we've got some really good online tools to make the referral process easy for you to manage and track. And the fourth is a culture of generosity. So let me just briefly touch on each of these three things now. Our unique structure, you have to experience it to understand it, but it consists of three key things. The first one is every meeting includes a think tank where we try and harness the power of the room, give people an opportunity to collaborate and solve problems and address issues of common concern. Second one is what we call the KLT hot seat. It's our version of business speed dating. Okay, 3 people each month sit in the hot seat and talk to small groups of 5 or 6 people who question them about their business. They present it, they refine their pitch, they improve it, and you get to know each other that way. And the third thing is a knowledge share segment where one person in the group will say, I am an expert on whatever it might be, and we'll ask them to deliver a 15-minute presentation to share with the other members of the room to try and upskill everyone else to that same level of expertise.
This is a test. On that slide, there's a bit of a spelling mistake. The first one to actually pick it up, put up their hands. Okay, structure, that's right. This is all part of the process.
Sorry, my talking. And thanks for putting that on the video.